Mallards. It is Friday, and I'm not at Fringe Art Space because this evening was pretty go, go, go until I left. So I saw 2 shows this evening, both of which I did the announcements for, and then I also did some cleanup, so I was just busy the whole time. I'd hoped to also stop and talk to the visual artists, but I sort of missed my chance because by the time I came out of my second show, they had already packed it in for the night, which was a bummer. So hopefully tomorrow, whoever the visual artist is, I'll have a chance to talk to and do a little interview. But I did see 2 shows tonight. The first show is called The Barn Identity, and it is an Erica McDonald show, and I adore her as a human, as a performer, as a creator, just in general. Erica's really, really fun, and this show is very personal. I actually had a chance to see it last year at Genevieve and Seth's house. They did like a little presentation, so I have a video of that previously. The show is similar, but more polished now. The flow is beautiful, and I think being in an actual venue with lighting and sound and other options as opposed to a back porch also really adds to the experience. It was also fun to be on the inside of some of the stuff that happens in that show and be ready for it, to be able to experience other people's experience of it and admire some parts of that show for different reasons than I admired them the first time. And I think it's fun to see a show more than once because you'll pick up on different things every time. And so it was really delightful for me to see this show for a second time. So if you've already seen it, go a second time. I can highly recommend that. And if you haven't seen it, see it for the first time because it's a really, really heartfelt, nice show. And I think that you will leave that show just feeling like, ah, and that's a pretty nice feeling. The second show I went to see is the complete opposite. I saw A Terrible Show for Terrible People, which is a physical comedy show put on by a lady named Bonnie, who I think is from LA. I'm not sure, but I think she is from LA. It is irreverent, hysterical, and a little bit gross. There is audience participation, which, as you know, I'm a huge fan of. It was fun to watch the different audience members participate. I was one of the audience members that participated, which I thought was a blast. Had a lot of fun just being up on stage doing ridiculous things. She has incredible physical timing. The show only has 2 words, so she only speaks 2 words in the entire show, and the rest of it is portrayed, through body language. And she is an incredible physical storyteller. It is definitely not a show for the faint of heart, nor is it a show for those who are easily grossed out. I'm going to get into spoiler territory here and say at one point she licks a toilet seat. And here's the thing. This is just a toilet seat that's bought and probably freshly cleaned before each show. Like, it's never been on a toilet. And yet it really, really gets to people when she licks it. And I think that that's where a lot of the ooh, man, it almost made me throw up happened. And there's some other absolutely wild stuff towards the end. But I think the toilet seat really got people. But I thought it was funny. I thought the whole show was hilarious. I was laughing so much and just having an absolutely wonderful time. It is a terrible show for terrible people. Turns out I'm a terrible person, and I am okay with that. I had a great time, and I would recommend that one. If you are okay with some gross out humor, go for it, because it's really, really, really fun. Those are the 2 shows I enjoyed. Links down there to the tickets because both of them have performances left. You should come to Winter Mini Fringe and check them out. And I will see you tomorrow.